You sit at your computer. The soft hum of the fan fills the silence as your fingers hover above the keyboard, click, clack, tap. It feels personal. Familiar. But what if those keystrokes weren't as private as you thought? What if, beneath the screen, an invisible system was watching, not what you type, but how you type it? Because somewhere deep inside the hidden infrastructure of the web, there's an entire industry devoted to studying your rhythm. It's not science fiction. It's reality. They call it keystroke dynamics, a field of behavioral biometrics that can identify you even when you're logged out, masked, or anonymous. The way you tap a key, the pressure you apply, the split-second pauses between letters, all of it forms a digital fingerprint. A rhythm unique to you. Back in the Cold War, intelligence agencies used this to confirm a typist's identity without ever seeing them. It was primitive then, oscillographs, typewriter patterns, espionage reports. But today, that same method fuels a billion-dollar industry hidden in plain sight. Every login, every chat, every form you fill, even the ones you abandon halfway, feeds into an algorithm that learns who you are. When you type your password, systems aren't just checking the letters anymore, they're analyzing how you enter them. Too slow? Too quick? Did you hesitate before hitting enter? That's not paranoia, it's protocol. Banks like HSBC, corporations like Google, and cybersecurity firms across Europe use behavioral biometrics to detect fraud. But what started as protection has quietly evolved into profiling. Advertising firms use your typing speed to estimate your mood. Financial companies analyze consistency to assess reliability. Health tech startups now claim they can detect depression, stress, or early cognitive decline from your typing cadence. And you? You never consented to any of it. Hidden JavaScript snippets embedded in millions of websites record your typing data silently. They measure every millisecond between keystrokes, every correction, every backspace. The data forms patterns. The patterns form profiles. And those profiles are traded, aggregated, sold. A slow, deliberate typist might be profiled as analytical, a high-value customer for finance apps. A fast, erratic one might be impulsive, prime for e-commerce retargeting. You can clear your cookies, switch browsers, go incognito, but your rhythm remains. Because unlike cookies, typing behavior isn't stored on your machine. It's stored in the network itself. You are the constant variable. Studies show typing biometrics can identify individuals with over 90% accuracy across sessions, devices, and even VPNs. Some researchers are building predictive models on top of this data. They claim to forecast emotional volatility, detect lying patterns, and predict the likelihood of impulsive purchases, all through typing rhythm. What began as cybersecurity has become psychography. The irony? The same hands that built the digital world are now the instruments of its surveillance. Each keystroke, once a sign of creativity and thought, now feeds a global apparatus of behavioral data. The algorithms don't just know what you write, they know how you think while writing it. And it's spreading beyond keyboards. Keystroke analytics are now being integrated into smartphone sensors, tracking your finger pressure, swipe velocity, and screen taps. Apple, Google, and Meta all file patents around behavioral biometrics, claiming it's for user convenience. But beneath the surface lies something bigger, a merging of physical and digital identity. Voice recognition, eye tracking, facial expression mapping. Combined with typing rhythm, they form a complete behavioral signature, a digital twin that moves and reacts exactly as you do. You won't see it. You won't own it. But it exists. Psychologists studying human-computer interaction have discovered unsettling links. People who type faster on emotional topics often exhibit physiological stress responses. Algorithms now detect that stress. AI models train on it. Somewhere, right now, your hesitation on an angry tweet or a breakup text is being learned by a machine, taught how to feel your hesitation before you hit send. It's not stolen data. It's inferred identity. And once inferred, it's monetized. But keystrokes are just one layer of a much larger system, a digital marketplace where the most valuable product isn't what you buy, but what you become. Because while your fingers tell one story, your apps tell another. You download a new app. It promises connection, creativity, convenience, and it's free. No charge. No catch. At least, that's what the screen says. But what if the cost isn't money? What if the price is you? Every tap, every scroll, every second you spend is a transaction in a silent economy where attention is currency and behavior is capital. The modern internet thrives on a paradox. Everything feels free, but nothing truly is. From messaging apps to photo editors, music players to fitness trackers, they all share one hidden truth: they don't want your cash. They want your data. Because in the attention economy, your time is the new oil, and your behavior is the refinery. The moment you install a free app, you've entered an invisible contract. You're not just using a tool, you're participating in an experiment. Each action you take becomes input for a behavioral model. What you like. What you ignore. When you sleep. Who you talk to. How long you linger on sadness. What kind of humor keeps you scrolling. This data isn't random, it's systematic. Algorithms digest it, categorize it, and resell it in real time to advertising exchanges. Data brokers like Axiom, Oracle Data Cloud, and Experian trade your behavioral fingerprint across industries, finance, insurance, politics, entertainment. It's not identity theft. It's identity leasing. Every app you open, every allow you tap, is another line item in a trillion-dollar economy built on your habits. You are both worker and product. The more time you spend, the more valuable you become. The system feeds on your engagement like a machine built to harvest attention itself. And it's efficient. Notifications aren't reminders, they're triggers. Designed by behavioral psychologists, they manipulate dopamine loops. That red badge, that vibration, that someone liked your post, none of it is random. It's algorithmic addiction. The infinite scroll, invented by Asa Raskin in 2006, wasn't designed to make browsing smoother. It was designed to remove stopping cues, the moments when you naturally pause. Without them, your brain never disengages. It's why you check your phone 80 times a day. Each moment you spend inside an app produces data: your reaction time, your scroll speed, your gaze duration. Even your microdelays become monetizable. When you're not paying with money, you're paying with time. When not with time, then emotion. When not with emotion, then freedom. In the early 2000s, apps were simple. You bought them once, used them offline, owned your experience. But when data proved more profitable than dollars, the economy flipped. Why charge $1.99 when a user's behavior could be worth $200 per year in ad revenue? Today, the free app economy generates over $600 billion annually. The biggest companies on Earth, Google, Meta, TikTok, ByteDance, don't sell software. They sell attention. They harvest emotion. They refine identity. Each swipe teaches the algorithm when to frustrate you, when to reward you, when to re-engage. A small delay before a like. A subtle glow when someone views your story. Psychological design dressed as convenience. And you? You feel in control. But it's behavioral economics masquerading as user experience. Even your frustration is engineered. Apps will glitch on purpose to increase emotional imprint. Studies by Stanford Persuasive Tech Lab showed that negative interruption increases retention by up to 27%. You get annoyed, but you come back. This is social engineering at scale. Not the kind used by hackers, but by designers. The kind that turns free time into fuel. Your attention becomes the raw material that powers AI. Large language models train on your public posts. Recommendation engines learn from your reactions. Your emotions teach the machine how to feel. And the more data it gathers, the better it gets at predicting you. What makes you angry? What makes you buy? What makes you believe? The line between persuasion and manipulation is gone. Apps don't just mirror behavior, they manufacture it. Delete one app, another replaces it. Leave one platform, your social circle stays behind. Convenience becomes the cage. And while you scroll, somewhere in a server farm in Utah, your keystrokes merge with your clickstream, your screen time, your purchase logs. AI models fuse them into a unified behavioral identity, your digital twin. That twin doesn't sleep. It learns. It refines predictions. It simulates you. It knows what ad will make you feel hopeful, what notification will make you jealous, what post will make you rage click. It is the mirror that sells your reflection back to you. The data brokers don't see names anymore, they see patterns. Profiles like user 74-8C, anxious night scroller, high emotional volatility, prefers nostalgia content, likely to buy after midnight. That's what your habits look like in the invisible economy. You are a behavior, not a person. The contract was never hidden, it was just written in 20 pages of unreadable privacy policy. You agreed to let them improve user experience. What they built instead was the most efficient psychological manipulation machine in history. Every permission you grant feeds the loop, data in, dopamine out. You feel rewarded, but you're being conditioned. This isn't just social media anymore. It's social control. And the deeper irony? Even the systems meant to protect you, anti-fraud detection, two-factor verification, sentiment moderation, are built on the same behavioral data pipelines. You cannot escape them, because your identity is now encoded in the rhythm of your interaction. The system doesn't need to know your name to know you. Governments now invest in this same technology. In 2024, the EU quietly funded a pilot project exploring behavioral biometrics as a digital ID safeguard. In the US, DARPA's active authentication program used typing and mouse movement to verify soldiers remotely. These tools don't stay in labs, they drift into commerce, apps, and ads. Meanwhile, apps evolve into predictive engines. They forecast when you'll open them next. They adjust push notifications based on mood inferred from previous typing speed. They know when you're lonely. They know when to show you comfort. It's not surveillance in the traditional sense. It's orchestration. Because when you stop believing in privacy, you stop resisting exploitation. When you accept free, you stop asking what's being taken. The invisible economy doesn't need secrecy. It thrives on indifference. But the cracks are showing. Digital rights activists, data ethics researchers, and AI transparency advocates are mapping these ecosystems, tracing fake review cartels, exposing biometric profiling, revealing ad exchange dark pools where your behavior is traded milliseconds before you even click. Every revelation adds proof to a single truth: your digital self has been commodified. And yet, awareness is the one thing the system can't predict. Every time you question why something is free, every time you deny a permission, every time you pause before tapping accept, you chip away at its power. Because once you realize that free is the most expensive word in technology, you start paying differently. Not with time, not with emotion, but with attention, the one currency they can't counterfeit once you own it. So, the next time your phone vibrates, your browser lags, or a website feels like it's watching you type, remember, it probably is. But the moment you notice, truly notice, the invisible economy begins to fail. Because it can predict everything, except the moment you wake up.